guys. I'm back. I have another Thanksgiving story for you. It's called Thanksgiving Day Thanks. I'm going to the back of the book for a minute because I want to read to you what the author wrote in here about Thanksgiving. Seeking a better life in the New World, the Pilgrims braved a stormy Atlantic Ocean in the tiny Mayflower. Its perimeter was just a little bit bigger than a tennis court. Once they landed in what is now Massachusetts, the Pilgrims faced many hardships. They probably would not have survived without the help of the Wampanoag tribe and Squanto, a Patuxet Native American who had learned English while a captive of English explorers. Squanto taught the Pilgrims to grow corn, beans, and squash, vegetables that the Native Americans called the Three Sisters. He showed them how to tap maple trees for syrup and where to gather shellfish such as clams. He convinced the Wampanoag to be friends with the Pilgrims. In 1621, grateful they had food for the winter, Governor William Bradford called for a day of Thanksgiving. Such celebrations were a harvest tradition in England, so he invited the Wampanoag. The feast was very different from today's, though. Although wild turkey was probably on the menu, along with eel and swan, pumpkin pies, cranberry sauce, and sweet potatoes were not on the menu. Instead, the Pilgrims might have enjoyed succotash, which was a stew with corn and lima beans, or pemmican, which was crushed cranberries and dried deer meat in melted fat. Now, I like our menu, I think, a little bit better, but it's interesting to see how traditions have changed, except for the one that everyone celebrates for, and that's for Thanksgiving and for many things in your life that you need to be thankful for. So let's see what these critters are going to be thankful for. Thanksgiving is coming, said Sam's teacher, Mrs. Wright. What one special thing about the holiday would you give thanks for? Football, shouted Nicole. Sweet potatoes with marshmallows, Jeffrey yelled. Shopping, announced Tiffany. Sam wasn't sure what his one special thing would be. So we can see our classroom is made up of lots of different critters. Who knows the story of the very first Thanksgiving? Asked Mrs. Wright. Sam's best friend Mary Ann knew. When the Pilgrims came to America, Native Americans showed them how to plant corn and hunt for food. So the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to a big feast to celebrate their friendship and their first harvest. That's right, said Mrs. Wright. How should we celebrate Thanksgiving in class? We can have our own feast, Jeffrey suggested. We can dress up like Pilgrims and Native Americans, said Mary Ann. Oh, goody, Tiffany clapped her hands. Costumes. Sam didn't have any ideas. He was stuck on figuring out what he was thankful for. I think we can figure out that Sam is the bear, because he's the one that has the puzzled look on his face. Winston's hand shot up. My grandmother makes a turkey out of yarn for Thanksgiving. Ew, squealed Tiffany. You eat yarn turkey? Ew, squealed her friends. No, it's a decoration, Winston said. Before dinner, we write what we are thankful for on a paper feather, and we stick it in the turkey then. That's a great tradition, said Mrs. Wright. Everyone pick one thing you are really thankful for to write down on a feather. And I don't mean candy, she added with a smile. Uh-oh, thought Sam, because I think that's what he was thinking of. Or actually, he was eating some candy over here. And that's probably why she said that. The class came up with all sorts of Thanksgiving projects. Jeffrey organized a pumpkin pie making contest. Nicole made special placemats. She collected red and orange maple leaves and pressed them between 2 sheets of wax paper. While shopping for a pilgrim outfit, Tiffany learned about a Thanksgiving food drive for the needy and donated cans of soup. Winston built a miniature Mayflower just like the pilgrim ship from popsicle sticks. That's pretty ingenious the way he did that on the bottom. Looks pretty cool. We'll have to see what that yarn turkey looks like. Marianne made a headband out of white and purple beads to look like a wampum of the Wampanoag tribe. She also practiced with a bow and arrow until each arrow's rubber section stuck to the target's bullseye. Meanwhile, Sam worried. Wanakisuk, Marianne tried to cheer him up. That's how the Wampanoags say good day. And I probably mispronounced the spelling on that. Usually Sam liked to learn the big words Marianne used, but not this time. There's nothing good about it. I still haven't figured out my project, Sam sighed, or what I'm thankful for. Think about what you enjoy most on Thanksgiving Day, Marianne suggested. So Sam thought, and we can see what he's thinking about. The day of the feast arrived. Tables were heaped with food and autumn decorations. Jeffrey had dressed up as Governor Bradford. Tiffany was Priscilla from Longfellow's poem about pilgrims. Marianne was Squanto. Where's your project? Marianne asked Sam. It's outside. It's a surprise. Okay. Something that is outside. That's not a very good clue. The class lined up to write their thanks on the paper turkey feathers. Jeffrey was thankful for turkey stuffing. Winston was thankful for the school janitor being so nice about his flooding the cafeteria when testing his Mayflower. Marianne was thankful for books. Yay, Marianne! It was almost Sam's turn. All of a sudden, a huge gust of wind rattled the classroom windows. A storm was coming. Oh no, Sam cried, my project! Here he is worrying over here by my... There's that yarn turkey. That looks pretty cool right here, and the feathers are going to go in. They stick them in with the yarn. Sam dashed outside to a tree to untie his surprise, a bunch of enormous balloons. He forgot his way back through the wind toward the classroom, sticking close to the school building. Let me try that one again. He fought his way back through the wind toward the classroom, sticking close to the school building. That makes more sense. I can see he's got some really big balloons there. Why do you think he likes balloons? Where would he see balloons on Thanksgiving? Think about that one for a minute. Everyone darted to the window just in time to see a big dog bobbing by. Then a cat popped up, and a turkey, and a frog. It was just like the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV. There they are, bobbing by the window. And he's desperately trying to hang on to them. Another blast of wind whipped the balloons. The frog popped. The turkey broke loose. The cat flew away. "Oh dear," said Mrs. Wright. Mary Ann grabbed her bow and arrows and the yarn turkey. She raced outside. Now what is she going to do? Sam was chasing the dog. Its string was just out of his reach. Mary Ann tied the turkey's yarn to an arrow. She took aim. Zing! The arrow's rubber cup stuck to the dog's nose. Mary Ann reeled him in. "Yay!" cheered the students. So she took aim and the suction cup stuck to the nose of the dog. He had a long nose. It's a good thing. But Sam was sad. "I can't have a parade with only one balloon," he said, "and I still don't know what to write on my feather." Mary Ann thought for a minute. "Your parade was a great idea, Sam. Is there something about the big Thanksgiving Day parade that you're thankful for?" "Well, my whole family watches it together. We drink hot chocolate and tell stories. Grandpop talks about going to New York City for the parade when he was little. We laugh a lot." Sam smiled. Now he knew what to put on his feather. "I am thankful for time with my family." Later, Sam wrote another feather and tucked it into Mary Ann's headband. "I am thankful for best friends." That's a pretty cool one too. So being thankful for a lot of things nowadays. So think about what you're thankful for and share that on Thanksgiving Day with your family. See you later, guys. I miss you.